Hello and welcome back to our playthrough of Lost Kingdoms 2. I have successfully finished grinding and as a result all of my attributes have hit level 6, which is really useful. But I thought I would show you, before we move on to actually completing the Fossil Boneyard, how to grind effectively in this game. There are two major kinds of grinding. There's grinding for XP for your cards and there's grinding for XP for your character. And they work in different ways. So the main way to grind XP for cards is to obtain the Banshee card, which is the one I'm hovering the gem symbol on. She evolves out of the Ghoul, and she is potentially the best weapon card in the game. She has an incredibly long range. Her projectile's very fast, it hits behind you, it ignores defense, it does high damage, it's got low cost, and when you kill an enemy, you share your experience from the kill with every card in your deck, making it incredibly efficient. The other way of grinding for XP uses a intended interaction between two cards in the game. So you'll need to acquire some money first, and you need to buy the Rhombus card. No, sorry, Rebus! It's not maths, it's Rebus. Throw one down, strafe to the side, and throw the other down, and they heal each other. So the Rebuses actually heal everything in that area, so if you can make that area overlap, they constantly heal each other. And because mana in this game is directly equivalent to health, you can grind by continuously transforming into a card, cancelling it, and then healing up. And that just allows you to, with just alternating two buttons, get as much XP in an element as you like. It's not the most exciting way, but it reduces a necessary evil of the game quite a lot and makes it a lot easier to do. The other thing that we grinded for, aside from getting the Banshee by evolving the Ghoul, was to evolve the Witcherlet card. The Witcherlet clones for only 1,000 experience, so killing a few baby dragons will let you clone it. But it has some of the best upgrades in the game, even though it itself isn't that useful. So it has two attacks. One does nothing, literally. The other one does a lot of damage for a one-cost card. But when you train up your little baby witch, you can get some incredibly powerful helper cards. The Tiger Mage will halve the cost of your magic stones. The Panther Mage will double the cost of your opponent's cards, mainly useful in PvP. But the Apsaras is what we wanted. The Apsaras has the Song of Courage. It doesn't attack, it has a high health and a high defense, but it doubles the offensive and defensive power of all friendly creatures. Which means if you are using an independent based strategy, the Apsaras is quite possibly, with some exceptions, the single best supporting unit in the game. She also dances happily, which is also another good reason to get her. What I found the particular best combo with her is the Elf Green Guardian combo, where you get all three flavours of Elf, and you combine them. And they do much more powerful attacks, but they're also able to heal a friendly card. But if the friendly card is the Apsaras, you have incredibly tanky Elf army, as well as a huge support buffer. That is the wrong deck. That is my grinding deck. Easy done. Always make sure you change over. I will need to upgrade that with things like the Apsaras and the Banshee, but it should be fine for now. Now we're going to try to get each of the pieces of a special side quest here. Now, when I run past this gnome, you'll see a large rock in the background. Now, this large rock basically is an altar. You can find pieces all around the map I found one because it's in the starting area, and ooh, the ancient bones, and it returns the great lizard. It's a decent side quest to do, actually. It's a lot of early game power. So what I'm currently looking for are multi-use weapon cards, kind of like the Dark Raven. I'm happy with that. Certainly not the Stone Golem. And my Transform Hellhound. So the Catoblepas here, which is the camel looking thing, has a very powerful stare attack where it will turn you into stone, which is really, really annoying. You want to specifically line up your jump in such a way that you land inside its neck. Otherwise you will get hit by it and you will get petrified by it and you won't be able to move and then you will die. It makes it a lot harder to complete the game if you are dead. So overall, the Fossil Boneyard level is quite easy. You just want to go through, destroy some rocks, find some pieces of dragon, and yeah, this is why I wanted the Scythe Beast, because the Scythe Beast has loads of uses. It comes out of the deck after this level, but while you are trying to collect the several pieces of the zombie dragon, the Scythe Beast is really useful. I do want to go to Alonja, but not quite yet, thank you, Red Fairy. Now, one of the things I am going to do here, just as a safety strat, is to put a second Hellhound into my deck. It's automatically removed once the level is over, so there's no harm in me putting a second copy in, just so that I don't run out of transformation uses, which can be very inconvenient. Get yet another piece of dragon, and get ready to hit this thing with the red lizard. Just kill it. Now, trying to actually massacre every rock I find is going to eat into my end of level score. But we all know that I'm a good player, right? It's just so I don't have to backtrack. So I need to jump down here. They'll also take the advantage of having an attack to destroy this rock. Theoretically, the positions of these are randomised. As far as I'm aware, they are. However, they tend to come up in roughly the same area, so I don't know if there's some sort of seeding that goes with it. This is one of the major reasons I wanted Garuda, because I don't have to repeat this level with all of the transforms it requires. Get the Catoblepas. Now, you'll notice flight transforms actually get used up incredibly quickly. I think this is intentional, so that you can't just sit over the river and sort of avoid all combat forever. Now, I need to try and avoid this Catoblepas. Killing it is largely pointless, it will just respawn. Come up here, I can see a piece here, so grab that. Just dodge that. Hell Flames here, just to try and pick up something, and then jump down. Just avoid the gnome, he's chill, he's a bro. Get loads of magic stones, very helpful. And a Catapoker. yet another piece of dragon, and then we leap our way back up. And attempt to climb the full staircase without getting gnomed. Ah, you frickin' moron, you just got gnomed. Let's go. One last attack, come on. Ah. Really, Hellhounds, you only completed like the whole level for me. And yet another piece of dragon. We are almost completing the dragons. But for now, I want to get my second Hellhound. Hence why we did the safety strat. Nope. Ah, dodged. It's way better to get hit as Tara there than it is to get hit as the Hellhound or the Garuda. Pick up the Amber Dragon, which, spoiler alert, is the boss of this level, and try and time the transform back to dodge the Cataplepas. Now I shouldn't need the ooh, yeah, thanks for not hitting me there, fam. I shouldn't need the transforms anymore, they are particularly weak, and a boss is coming up, so I'm going to need to have some powerful cards. Primarily I'm looking for Hagans, because the Hagans are kind of like my trademark card at this point. Amber Dragon being a bit of a jumpy one. You're going to try and hit him with the Crusher. Z charged, which should just decimate the majority of his health, and then try and hit him with the Sleeping Gas. There we go. Now, if I'm quick, I should just about be able to grab the fossilized piece before the level ends. Like I said, score's taken a hit. I think I've completed that pretty well, but what can you do? The game scoring system is going to be the game scoring system. Now let's see the payoff to our search for pieces. I should have all of them. And get ready for one of the toughest early game fights. I would particularly like more Hagans, particularly the Stormhagen. There we go. As I piece together all of the fossil, and we get the zombie dragon. This is where you have to leg it, because he will immediately try and poison Cloud at you. Run in, and as is tradition, hit him with the Mad Storm. And that was a very challenging fight. I have also been turned to stone, but let's ignore that. Gnome, if you can't play nicely, then you're going to have to not play at all. And look, the altar has now been replaced with a chest. I wonder what could be inside. It's the zombie dragon card! Hooray! Which means I now have some more good earth cards. Mainly to go along with the best earth card, which is by far the sandworm. So I'll quit out there, and that's the Fossil Boneyard complete in one go. And therefore, that will do us for today's episode. I hope you have enjoyed watching and getting to see some of the reward of early flight. In our next episode, we're going to go to the Sacred Battle Arena, while I've still got 6 in every stat, and run the Gauntlet presented by Gerd. But thank you for watching, I've been Scissors Lizards, have a great time.